This month, on our Eyes on Jesus challenge, we're going to partner with Grace Offering in our effort to give back into our missions efforts, both here in Denison and globally. This month's challenge is a challenge about fasting. And so this is my invitation for you and for your family to consider, one, how do we keep our eyes on Jesus? But specifically, how do we keep our eyes on Jesus in light of Grace Offering? My name is Lantz Howard, and I serve as the discipleship minister here at Park Avenue Church of Christ. And however you found this video, I'm glad that you're here. We have more of these spiritual practices and rhythms that you can find on our website. So this particular challenge this month, for myself, fasting is one of those spiritual rhythms that I don't really enjoy, right? Who enjoys giving up food? Not many of us. In fact, I believe that one of our addictions is our addictions to comfort. And one of those comforts is our Southern food. And if you're like me and probably most other families, when our family goes out to eat, a family of 6, we easily spend $35, $45 just for something as simple as Chick-fil-A. And so as we consider fasting, consider the small steps that you can take to replace possibly one meal. To take one meal and say, how can I use this money this week or the next 2 weeks to give just a little bit more towards Grace Offering? And I'm going to challenge you to consider the PDF document that we have available and the handouts that we have available at the church building as well. We have 4 different types of fast: a minor fast, a major fast, a partial fast, and a soul fast. And in these 4 fasts, there's a step for everyone to take. Now, the desire is that you'll move into a food fast, into a 24-hour food fast. But everybody needs to start with a step somewhere. And so those 4 options are available. And in the PDF, online, and in the handouts, you will see that information detailed. But I want to consider where this comes from, biblically. We see it goes back to even Nehemiah and even 2 Chronicles, and how people fasted and prayed before God in their decision making, in placing something before God. For example, Nehemiah, he fasted and prayed before he rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem. And in Acts 13, we also see the same thing. It says, while they were worshiping the Lord and fasting, the Holy Spirit said, "Set apart for me Barnabas and Saul for the work to which I have called them." And so after they had fasted and prayed, they placed their hands on them and sent them off. And so as your family considers what you're going to give for Grace Offering, take it before the Lord the next 2 weeks. Take it before God. Take it around your dinner table and say, what is God calling us to give in this season? Fast and pray in this decision. And I'll go back to my example of our family. We can give up at least one meal. You could possibly give up 3 or 4 different Starbucks drinks over the next 2 weeks. There's a step for everyone just to give a little bit more than what we're accustomed to. Another quote I enjoy when I think about fasting. It says, "Fasting begets prophets and strengthens strong men. Fasting makes lawgivers wise, and it's the soul's safeguard, the body's trusted comrade, the armor of the champion, and the training of the athlete." Breaking our addictions, breaking the cycle of comfort is something that is a challenge. It's a spiritual rhythm, it's a spiritual discipline. But I think as we choose to break some of these addictions, break some of these comforts, and move into a posture of prayer, move into a posture of fasting, is that God and Jesus reveal freedom to us in our deep places of our soul that He desires to fill. As He says in John, He's like, I am the bread of life. And guess what? You are going to be hungry when you fast. I get hungry when I fast. I get tired when I fast. But that hunger is to point towards a deeper hunger, a reminder that I'm supposed to hunger and thirst for the righteousness of Jesus and to bring His kingdom a little bit closer to earth. It's said this way in God's chosen fast. Fasting opens the way for the outpouring of the Spirit and the restoration of God's house. Fasting is the age of the absent bridegroom, meaning Jesus Christ, is in expectation of His return. Soon there will be the midnight cry, behold the bridegroom, come out to meet Him. It'll be too late then to fast and to pray. The time is now. And so not only does fasting break our addiction of comfort, but it draws us closer to the bridegroom. It draws us closer into the presence of Jesus. It draws us closer into His intimacy, into the union that we desire to have with Him. And so whatever you choose to do in your fast, may you do it and take it before the Lord. And may you consider how you can give up just a little bit more over the next 2 weeks in light of grace offering. If we all give up just 1, 2, 3 meals, a few Starbucks, we will have an abundance more to give towards our missions efforts. And may you continue the spiritual rhythm this year in learning what it means to fast and hunger for the righteousness of Jesus. Peace and courage be with you and your family in this season.